way the medical system is set up for doctors.
Yeah.
Is it similar to the NCAA
Yeah.
and NBA?
Right.
If you ever work with a doctor in your office and you go to them, where were you before this? And you're like, well, I was in downtown LA working at the city hospital, and now I woke. Is there like a breeding ground that doctors go to?
Not the way you're thinking of it. There are a lot of doctors who do HMO care and government health care.
Yeah.
Are some of the best doctors. That's what they chose as their profession. That's the population they want to see. That's what they love doing.
I've never heard of that. Somebody from Beverly Hills going, I'm going to go down to the unbelievable doctor at the city hospital.
No, I think it's...
all the doctors are working at the best the hospitals.
Yeah, no,
the best doctors,
but think about the hospitals. Children's Hospital Los Angeles. Most of the academic children's hospitals are hospitals that see a subset of the population that are exactly what you're talking about, that are getting free insurance or government-based insurance or those type of plans. And those are some of the best doctors in the world. They're not private practice doctors. They're not going out and opening a private clinic in Beverly Hills, but that doesn't make them any less.
I'm talking if you go to a low-income area and the hospital that services that low-income area, you're telling me the doctors that work at that hospital are the same at the Cedars-Sinai?
It's a little more nuanced than what you're saying, but there are definitely good doctors and bad doctors in different places.
Got it.
But I think facilities, they're definitely nicer facilities, and a lot of them are the newer, less volume-based facilities, right? That's the hard thing about medicine. If you choose to be in a practice where you this is what insurance does to you as a doctor. If you are a HMO-based practice only, which means some of the reimbursement is you're getting low reimbursement. How do you run a business and get lower reimbursement? You have to make it up in volume, right? Which means my visits can't be 30 minutes an appointment. They have to drop down to 10 to 15 because the only way I can pay my overhead is see more volume. That definitely affects the medicine I'm practicing. I don't think that's good medicine, running a mill. If you are a fee-for-service doctor, you can charge much more and see a patient an hour. Yes, is that better care? The more time you can spend, but you can do an in-between. I feel like we do an in-between. We have a large volume practice, but we're able to spend time with them because we actually take more of a PPO-based practice, which does reimburse more. So that allows us, why do we do that? To put it in our pocket? No, it allows us to practice medicine the way we want to practice and do the tests on, like we do the vision screens and all the fun and fancy tests that help diagnose things. We want to be able to provide those to patients, which we wouldn't be able to do in a different environment. I think that's what it is.
What makes a good doctor?
Yeah. I think every specialty.
You're also studying the same thing.
I know.
You come out. One guy, what does he leave? Does he do open heart surgery and leave something in there and sews it up and go, fuck, I forgot the fork?
I think training and experience have a lot to do with it. So I think that's true, right? Like going to certain schools versus other schools and the length of training, the people who you're surrounded by, the institutions it's so multifactorial. And I think every specialty has certain people. But you're right. If your daughter is getting heart surgery, right, what are you going to do? You're going to start asking around who is the top heart surgeon for pediatrics in the world. And they're going to only give you 3 names. One of them happens to be at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, Dr. Starnes, right? That he does cardiothoracic surgery. You're going to want to go to that person with that reputation. I agree with you. Now, could any pediatric cardiothoracic surgeon do it? Absolutely. But you as the parent are going to pick the person with the most experience, the most number of cases, the most.
Okay, you bring up the Children's Hospital. That's privately funded, right? That's like a... where are they getting the money to operate?
Donations, but government also too, and insurance, all those things.
Okay,
it's a combination. The city not purely private. No, not at all.
Well, it's not. It's more donations than say a city hospital, which is funded primarily by what?
I guess they get more donations than something like that. Yes.
Like
how much that subsidizes, I don't know.
A city hospital is financed by what?
Probably the government.
The government.
Right.
Okay.
And the funds.
And
right
Cedars-Sinai is not?
I'm sure they're getting something from that. I think there's lots of different revenue sources, but you're right. Some of those hospitals are getting more, it's like the public schools that the parents donate more to, right? They're able to provide more than a public school that's only getting funds from the government because they don't have the funds to pay for teachers and supplies and things like that. Okay. So I think the same works for hospitals. I think you're exactly right. Okay, so if you're able to subsidize.
Now I can make this a little bit more clear in my head. It's like schools. So not to say that the public school system does not have great teachers, because they do.
Exactly.
They just happen to be working in areas that don't have enough resources.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think that's a good analogy.
All right.
The opinions expressed in this program are not intended as professional medical advice, as a diagnosis, as a treatment protocol, or as a substitute for professional medical advice from your physician. Please consider your own medical history and consult with your own physician for your specific healthcare and/or medical needs and about your concerns for yourself and your family.